let me show you what I've been working on, this sci-fi dungeon crawl board game. And I think the most interesting part of it is this the enemy behavior. So I call it Analogue AI. Every enemy unit has its own behavior sheet with all these numbers that represent the different possible actions. It also has hit points built in 3 different stages, so 8 to 12, 7 to 4, 3 to 1, and depending on how much life it has and the slide that you put over it, it changes the way that this thing reacts. So this is all its initiatives, this is its possible moves, this is its range, this is its first attack, second attack sort of the modifier, but it counts as 2 attacks. This is the defense, and then these are the 2 special actions. And also the interesting part is when you're building your character, you choose 2 different weapons and an armor. So your armor determines how far you can move, and there's a 3 energy point action system. So you have 3 of these action points to spend every round. Each weapon has its own unique set of cards. So these are the 4 cards that are specific to rifle for this class, and of course they'd be different for other classes. These are the staff cards. Staff is more built around a healing build. Rifle is long range, single target DPS. You choose 3 secondary skills that you can use with your whatever weapon set you decide to use each round. These are always available to you. And then you have your specialization, and this is the Superman specialization. Of course it'll change, but you choose 3 of those cards. So you actually have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cards make up the consistency of your build, and there are lots of different weapons. There's about 8 different weapons, and each weapon has its own unique skills. You can have pistol offhand, for example, and pistol for your main hand. You'd have to have 2 different weapons, but that would be considered 1 weapon set, and those are the 4 cards that you would use for that. There's a lot of secondary skills, so there are literally thousands and thousands of possible builds for each class. Every class has a possible healer, support, and DPS build that you can use. It just depends on what combination of cards you pick. Exploration takes place on these. You go from room to room, and each room reveals a new legacy card. The legacy card describes what happens. Then you choose to go wherever you want to go. And I've incorporated a lot of Metroidvania style into this. So you'll have to go way down here or over here to get something, and come back and talk to the person here. And then combat takes place on these little small hex-based grids, but they're more like maps. They're just really small. And one of the things that I really wanted to do for this was to make it incredibly simple. I didn't want to have a massive spread out board where you had to have 2 tables connected together like you do with Frosthaven, and still give a lot of flexibility. Easy to learn, complicated to master is what I'm really shooting for. There are also random encounter events as you go from room to room, and then there are lots of weapons, and these weapons supplement what the skill cards. So like this staff, I have it here that these are the ones I've been using. It actually explains what it does. So your staff will heal 1. You can activate it to heal 1 each round, so it's got like a default action. And then I think that's it. If you want to see this, I have got a lot of art already finished for it. If you're interested in seeing me do more with this, then by all means let me know, and I will flesh this thing out and make a playable version, maybe on Tabletop Simulator.